Okay, boy, do I have a exciting guest for you guys today. But first things first, let's take a look at this.
This is Honey Badger Nation,
where real estate agents from around the globe come together
to grow, collaborate,
and expand their business.
Where we take our individual fires and put them together and make one big fire.
This is the Honey Badger Nation.
Man, I love that intro. That is awesome.
I mean, I can totally get into it every time I listen to it.
I love the concept of one big fire. Let's go. Let's grow.
Absolutely. Well, Sekou, I just have to thank you for taking the time out of your day to sit here and visit with me and talk some real estate and whatever else we talk about.
It seems that we are kindred spirits, that we could just sit here and do this all day. It's very easy to talk to you. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, we just kind of go on and on and on.
But it's fun.
I'm a true chatty Kathy. All you have to do is ask anybody that knows me. So.
Well, then a chatty Kevin, and there you go. That's how it is.
Well, Sekou, why don't we let everybody know a little bit about you?
Wow. Let's go with the important stuff first. I'm a husband and a dad, a father of 5. I got my own basketball team. Yeah. We are lunatics, right? I'm a lead generating real estate agent, coach. I run a small team that does a few deals every year. We did about 360 or so, 370 deals last year.
Just a few.
Just a few deals. We are, let's see, what else? I am fully embraced in the cloud-based business system, the EXP network, the idea that I could open up shop and do business anywhere on this planet now with a click of the button, and it is so exciting. And I don't know, I've been in the business for about 25 years or so. Cheese and rice.
You have a few years on me. I've only been doing this 17, so you have a few on me.
You're still a teenager, see? Oh, man.
So let's take a look at what took you from your standard brokerage over to EXP. How does that look?
I'm going to say something that the one big fire folks throw things at me when I say this because it sounds crazy. But so I was at I started at a boutique. I started at the largest of the boutiques in my area, right? And I loved it, right? I was like king champion flag waver for this boutique. And so in the beginning, I didn't realize what the ceiling was until you hit the ceiling, until you get a crick in your neck from hitting the ceiling. I left the boutique, and before I left the boutique, I had recruited over 300 agents to the boutique without any kind of profit share, rev share, there was no kind of incentive. It was just, I was a flag waver for this place, right? I did the trainings, I did the coaching, I did a lot of good stuff. I learned a lot there too. Let's not forget, they really, really did instill a lot of me. I loved it. And then I went on to one of the big box. I went to a profit share organization. It's popular, people know it, Keller Williams, right? And I went and joined an expansion group, the DeVoe group. Now, these were agents that, if you're familiar with expansion, if you're not familiar with expansion, this was a hub and spoke model where the sort of leadership, support, and training was all in hubbed in one place, and the agents could run their own business in different places around the country. And it was a great idea. It was just executed poorly, right? It was a great idea. It still is a great idea, and I hope they've got their act together. The way that the model worked, it didn't allow for people to really enjoy the business of real estate and growth because they kept trying to fit it into the square peg. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We found EXP. We were introduced a few times, and honestly, this is my honest assessment. This is why people get mad at me. I made a huge mistake when we came over to EXP, right? And so the mistake, and I'm saying huge because it really was, I thought it was just going to be a better version of KW. I thought it was just going to be, a little bit more split and, better, lower cap and blah, 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 blah. I had no idea how good it really was. Like, there was no way for me to conceptualize all that you get when you become a cloud-based brokerage. Like, the restraints were just taken off of me. It was like, okay, you want to do that? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Go ahead and do that. Let's see where that goes. Like, having true equity and ownership in your business was a game changer for me. And I sing from the top of every mountain that I can. And I realize that it's not for everybody. There are some people that like to be employees. There are some people that sort of need direction and need constraint. So I take great pleasure in helping everyone that swims towards my boat. You know what I mean? Like, I run a coaching company inside of here. There are a bunch of mentors and mentees that I work with. I get to work with some of the most powerful agents in the world at the click of a button. I'm on with you, right? And I have a question about REOs or short sales and things like that. Knowing that things are going to be different. Well, I mean, right? That was your thing for years. I could just pick up the phone and call you.
That's actually the thing that drew me to EXP once I was here. Was all this collaboration. Everyone, is always willing to help, answer a question. And that's not something I was used to because everyone else was, so competitive. No, you're going to take more of my business. And here, everyone's like, how can we help you?
Here. Fire hose,
Yeah.
fire hose here.
Exactly.
You know what I call that? I call it the Frankenstein monster, right? So think about how Dr. Frankenstein had to sneak around to the grave and dig up pieces and sneak into the side, right? Like put this monster together and he did it in the dark, so the edges weren't tight and the stitches were kind of weird and loose. We don't have to do the Frankenstein monster anymore. We're literally just cloning business, at doing it the right way, collaborating. I'll be completely transparent. I am helping an agent in Arkansas build their business after moving from San Francisco. So,
wow. That's a trek. What are we doing here? And it's outrageous. I can't wait to share what we're doing. That's so cool. So let's give some background you're like the prospecting king.
I like to prospect. Yes.
And that's like a dirty word to most real estate agents is prospecting.
It is. It's still a dirty word to me, but I like it. No, I'm sorry. I didn't say that. My mom is nearby. I'm gonna get a shoe thrown at me, right? So my group, we do these challenges. Like right now, we're in the middle of March, right? And March to a Million is on. And so today is Wednesday, March 9th, 9 days in March. We've already raised $52 million worth of volume and business just by making contacts, right? And so every single one of the agents, so this is the challenge. I'll share the parameters of the challenge, right? So there's 3 ways we're going to make $1 million in March, right? And we like to think that we're covering most of the aspects of prospecting and lead generation. So every week, every agent in the challenge is going to generate $1 million worth of opportunities, pre-qualifications, listing appointments, buyer agency appointments, where they're just, all we're doing is sharing the opportunity to work with us. and we're counting each dollar productive opportunity as volumetric opportunity. So each agent is putting together, an offer, right? Maybe they put together 4 offers for a single client or a single prospect, and they don't get accepted. We're not discounting the work that went into getting those offers, getting them over, et cetera, et cetera. So if each one of those offers is worth, let's say, $250,000, that's $1 million worth of offers that were put in from that agent as momentum, right? The second way, and boy, you take the leash off of these animals out. Oh my God, these agents are going crazy in this group, right? So the second way we're going to make $1 million is we're going to convert $1 million in contracts by the end of the month. So that means that, the buyer agency agreement is signed, the listing agreement is signed, the offer is accepted, the LOI is accepted, the tenant signs the lease. Like we accept an offer on one of our properties. If the offer gets converted, if the contract gets converted, we count that as conversional, right? And last but not least, and this is what's really cool, is we have to find an agent like yourself or a person like yourself who is a millionaire business person, find them and interview them and promote them in social media, right? And the idea being that we're not having a real estate conversation, but we're showing how every conversation winds up as a real estate conversation.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's incredible. We're having so much fun. I wish I could share the screen with you, with everybody. I was wrong. I'm sorry. It's not 50 million. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's 43,265,370. Right?
But it's so close.
In 9 days. That's 9 days worth of activity.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that is truly amazing.
So we're having fun doing it. If your folks out there want a tip on prospecting, set yourself a contact goal for the day, and don't stop, no matter what, until you hit it. And then when you hit your contact goal, it's important that you see how many past your contact goal you can grow. So I have a contact goal every single day of 200 contacts every single day. And I don't think there's been a day that I've been less than 300 on my contact.
It's interesting the way you do that, because you kind of take the pressure off an agent's shoulders you make it fun and competitive. And we all know us agents are extremely competitive. It's just in our nature.
We've got these sweet ladies, these Southern belles, right? There's one that Lisa G. She's down in North Carolina. She was a school teacher 2020. Yes, 2020. So March 2021, she leaves her full-time job as a school teacher, becomes a full-time real estate agent. She did March to $1 million in March 2021, and she came in third, right? But by May, she won the Mother May I Challenge and put, instead of $1 million under contract, she put $6 million under contract.
Wow.
It's like you, and like to watch this sweet woman get on the phone and the fur and the claws come out. It's just like, you
unleash the beast.
Yes, and I say that with absolute love. And I'm watching folks do all kinds of amazing stuff, and it is a pleasure to do it. So yeah, prospecting is no big deal when you got the right mindset, when you have the right state of mind, and you're standing next to the right folks. And they listen to me fail all the time. They listen to me get cursed out constantly. I do it live with them. And
and don't you find that's once you're given the key to doing this, that you instill all of the confidence for them to make those calls? And
absolutely.
That's exactly what. Why is this getting happening?
Absolutely. And I think the key is that it's not the people that are best at it that are doing it. It's the people that are trying the hardest that are doing it that really are inspiring. They can watch me do it all day. And I've heard people say, "Oh, I wish I had you on my shoulder. I wish that you could, just if I could pull you out of my pocket and just." That's not the real deal. The real deal is watching somebody shakily walk up to the microphone and still belt out, the Star Spangled Banner, Pledge of Allegiance, still do that mighty poem, even though they're nervous, even though they're shaky, even though they might forget a word or two. The audience is going to clap for them anyway and encourage them, and that's what winds up happening. It's the fact that you can stand next to someone that is just like you, doing just the same things in order to have the same goals. It really is a transformative effect.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the first days. I remember that shakiness in my voice to get through the first couple of phone calls, and I was trying until somebody on the other end answered the phone.
Listen, I remember the days where I was like, please don't pick up, please don't pick up, please don't pick up, please don't pick up. And so it's those kind of stories, by the way, it's those kind of stories that really transform the agent into a powerhouse, beast mode, et cetera, because I'm not just talking roses and rainbows and daffodils here, I have there's a very good friend of mine and a great agent that is, she's anti-potty mouth, and I'm king of the potty mouth. Right. So like I'll get on and I'll be cursing and she'll be like, was that necessary? She's is there another way for you to do that? And what she does is she makes my game stronger. Right. Because the reality is it's not about what I'm comfortable doing. It's about what the client or customer or prospect is comfortable doing. So if I can't be versatile enough to switch my potty mouth off, then I'm not really that valuable. And so it's that kind of interaction that I love. It's awesome. I wouldn't give it up for the world.
That's awesome. Well, and I love the relationships that we build.
Yeah. We did. The funny thing is that I physically have not had to go show a property in 2.5 years, right? And so I use all kinds of leverage. I use all like Xiaomi and things like that. But more than that, I find agents who are willing to work the buyers or go do a showing because they want to learn. And I got real simple systems on. I mean, I'm so simple. It almost seems ridiculous how well they work. I have an ABC style of showing properties, right? So if you're one of my showing agents, I say, hey, if you do these 3 things and then ask for a contract at the end, you're going to get a contract 99% of the time. And every single time before they do it, they're like, no way. Like, there's no way I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, et cetera, et cetera. And every single time they come back, they're like, oh, my God, they put in an offer. Oh, my God, don't worry about that. They put in an offer. And it's just, I'll share that with you guys some other time. Like it's too simple for you guys would never believe.
Well, we're known for overcomplicating everything in real estate, right?
Yes. I've got agents that won't get started lead generating because they want to learn all of the systems on lead generating before they start lead generating. And I'm like, well, here's a system. Toss a grenade in the room, and all the numbers that come out, call them, okay? Like, it's like make a mess and clean up the progress.
The floor anyway.
Right? And it's just, it's so much fun when you don't take yourself so seriously, when you learn to follow what we call the script of process, right? Just learn to follow your script of process. Just say it out loud. Every day and all I need to do next is, that's the scripted process. If you just follow it, right? It's a lot easier to adjust than it is to get started.
Oh, absolutely. And now say all 3 of those one more time, because I think there's something every agent out there that will watch this will learn from what you just said.
Script of process. Every day I, and then I, and all I have to do next is. That's it.
That's just golden.
That's it.
Golden.
And so watch this. And when you're new, that's harder to say, right? Because you're putting your process together. So I'm going to tell you the secret to this is just steal it from another agent. And if you're in the right environment, like I am, right? I'm in the environment where the other agent will gleefully give it to you, right? Oh, yeah. Every day I get up and make phone calls. I start with text messages. I make 100 contacts every day. And then I follow up like crazy. I find 3 people that absolutely need my help, and I don't leave them alone until they put in a contract. And then all I have to do after that is make sure that the agent on the other side knows how important this contract is to the buyer or to the seller or such and such and such, and communicate well with the other agent. And I put together at least a deal a day. There you go. Scripted process. and yes, it will start off weird and funny, but you know, do you remember that time where you started something and it was absolutely perfect the first time you did it? Yeah, neither do I. Right? You know, so
well, and it's all about it. Real estate's a process, period.
Yes.
From the time you get in, I mean, like I said, I've been doing this 17 years and it's still a process.
I cannot tell you how the process has set me free, right? And so, you know, my limiting belief was that, you know, why would anybody listen to some crazy dude from Harlem? You know, I'm talking to millionaires about their properties. They don't need me, et cetera, et cetera. And the key to my success is learning how to present numbers. It wasn't learning numbers. It wasn't being better at math. It wasn't being a great orator. It was just learning how to present numbers. That's it. I'll give you a great example, right? I told you I make 200 contacts a day, right? I look to put together. So watch, script of process. Every day I make 200 contacts, right? So that I can create 6 appointment opportunities. And then all I have to do is convert 2 out of the 6, and I'm ahead of the game every single day, right? So there's my script of process, right? All right. So I've just presented numbers in a way that makes clear mathematical sense, but it's easier for everyone to understand. And I learned how to present numbers. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, let me ask you this. What would you do if I told you that I made 200 contacts a day? They go, it's crazy. I know that is crazy. But every 33 people I talk to, I sell one of my homes. Now, how many contacts would you like me to make for you?
You know, it's the simple processes that are the steps to success.
It's transformative. It's transformative. And so, you know, the concept of faking it till you make it, I can weaponize that. Right? I can weaponize it. It's I don't know if I'm sounding too violent by saying that, but you know what I mean? Like I can activate that concept of faking it till you make it. And there are people who are like, well, I don't want to fake it. I don't want to pretend. Listen, if you open a bakery tomorrow and you put a sign out front that says, hey, I'm new here, let's see if I'm the world's best bakery, it's not going to have the same impact as if you put a sign out front that says, I make the world's best red velvet cake. Come in and try it. Right? Like in essence, you're faking it till you make it. Right? So that language is how I present numbers. It's how I present business. It's literally how I pick up the phone and prospect. You know, I get a lot of people that tell me to go boop, but I need that because all I need is one person to say yes. And so I just cram the amount of people that I talk to into it. I cram more people into an hour than most people cram into a day. That's it.
Love it. So tell us, what's on the horizon? What can we look forward to in Sekou's doing next?
All right, so March is pretty powerful. If you guys are watching this after March, I'm sure there's something else that's coming up. But like in March 16th, for agents out there, we've got an REO workshop, how to take REO listings from the bank, right? And so most of the time people are looking at REOs from the seller. We're talking about taking REO listings from the bank, from the clearinghouses, et cetera, et cetera. That's a free workshop, March 16th. I think that's a Wednesday. Wednesday is one of my favorite days. The 21st, March 21st through the 25th. Look, I'm gonna whisper this because this is gonna be special, right? So we're doing our famous workshop. We're doing the Appointment Academy. And so, yeah, so it's a 5-day workshop. It's a 4-hour day, an hour of theory and practice and scripting and, you know, conjecture, right? And then there's 3 hours of guided lead generation every single day. We're going to make 100,000 contacts in a week, and we're going to set 1,000 appointments. And if you're doing the math, that's about $1 million of contractual appointments in a week.
Yes.
For any agents. And now this is crazy expensive, right? So I'm going to give this to you. This is crazy expensive. This is only for your people. You ready? It's
ready.
Free. It's free. We're going to do it for free.
It was you.
It's that other 4-letter F word that I really like.
I told you I got a potty mouth.
I have this. I have the woman sailor mouth, so
That's
I totally get it.
That's right. Well,
we'll make sure that we drop all of the links in there so that everyone that watches this has access to it.
No doubt. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you taking the time to have me. I appreciate the relationship that we're building. What you guys don't know is that we scheduled to do this before, and we had like a mini family tragedy, and you were so kind to allow me to take care of that and to allow me to come back, and I truly appreciate it.
Oh, you are absolutely welcome. I am just honored that you're my first live. And, I have loved our conversations, and I look forward to getting to know you more.
Well, you're welcome to our workshops, and you are officially a part of our family at Commitment to Capping. And I'm going to do something with you that is unconventional. I'm going to interview you in front of a bunch of agents in our session, if you'll have it.
What? You can't.
Absolutely. I absolutely would do that.
All right. That's awesome. I love this. One big fire, baby.
That's right.
Can I say something about our one big fire?
You can say anything you'd like.
So I wrote this in our coaching group the other day. I talked about the bonfire of the vanity, right? And in my life, there have been 2 major times where I've lost everything. Never to a physical fire, but always to a bonfire of the vanities, where everything fell apart and I lost everything, and it was pretty tragic. Well, instead of stressing out about it, I think about it as one big fire, and all it did was light the fire underneath me. And now I'm a part of a bigger fire. I add my flame to this fire, and we just build it all back, because I learned, right? It's not what's on my body that makes me. It's what's inside of me that makes me. So there's that fire.
Amen. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Sekou. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Off to the races, y'all.
That's right. That's right. And we'll do this again.
Please, yes. And you'll be my guest. I'm telling you now.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.